In this getting started recording, we're going to take a look at the My Math Lab site. So I'm starting in Blackboard and I'm clicking on the My Math Lab button. This takes you to the screen where you can register. So as a student, you will need to click on Student and register through that. The code that you need, the ID for my course, is the very first thing you enter, is found at the very top of the course outline or syllabus. So you'll notice it's in one of the boxes up there at the top that summarizes the main information. It's my last name, McCormick, followed by some digits. So you'll click on student, you'll enter that, and then you'll go from there. Now they do give you a grace period, so initially if you do not have the access code or you do not have your credit card so that you can pay for it initially, you can go ahead and have access for about 10 days without payment. But after that time period expires, you must pay for it in order to have access to the site. So I have access already, so I'm going to sign in. And okay, now your page may look a little bit different from mine because I am an instructor, but what you want to find is Math 151 Online Fall 2013. Once you register, that course should show up. And here's the ID I was talking about, McCormick 14676. So that's that course ID, the first thing you enter, I believe, as you go in there. We are requesting that you use your Germanna email address when you give the email address, so make sure you've checked that out. If you don't know what your email address is at Germanna, you can go to the MyGCC link on the main page, and when it takes you to the sign-in page, there is a place below where you put your username and your password where you can get help, and you'll fill in your name, your birth date, your social security number, and it'll give you what your formal email address is and your username. So make sure you check that out. So I'm going into the course, and basically you're using my Math Lab for two things. You're required to do homework and quizzes here. So basically it's these two buttons. Now this particular site opens to the dashboard, and I don't use announcements here. I may actually hide that button after a while, but I do leave the dashboard so you can see what homework is due on upcoming dates. So an study plan is something that they provide that's optional, whether you want to use it or not. Now on the assignment sheet for this week, I ask you to do the browser check. That's very important to make sure you have the plugins and players necessary to be able to use the materials here, and also how to enter answers. So those two things you want to make sure you do. And if you're interested in the study plan, you think it may help you perform better, you can certainly view that. All right, so now in addition to the homework and the quizzes, there is a grade book. The grade book will show you your scores on the homework and the quizzes. Only the homework and quizzes. It won't show you the labs or the exams. So those grades will be only in Blackboard. And as I mentioned in the Blackboard recording, I will be transferring your homework and quiz averages. Every time we take an exam, I'll update everything there so you have an idea of where you stand. So that'll be 3 times during the semester. Now, in addition to the homework and quizzes, we're going to go to those in just a few moments. I want to point out that we start in Chapter 2. That they provide, the textbook provides some resources. And so, for example, if you go to section 2.1, they have a video presentation. You have access to my videos in Blackboard. You also have access to these videos in my math lab. So you can play these. You may find that mine help you more, or that the books, pre-recorded ones that you find here, are more helpful. Notice you can also access the textbook here, and that'll take you directly to section 2.1. If you have a study plan, you're using the study plan, you can access that. So the video presentations, those are optional. If you don't understand my video, I would highly recommend that you come here and watch these, because sometimes you may understand them better than you understand me. So the chapters are listed, and you can get to that. So that's also the way you get to the ebook if you want it. As I mentioned, this will take you to section 2.1 in the text. You can also, let me scroll down here. Let's see, they've changed things a little bit. It looks like that's the only way into the ebook this time. I'm looking. Looks like that's the only way into the ebook. Okay, so as I mentioned, the gray book will have your scores for homework and quizzes. Let's go to the homework button. Unfortunately, I don't think I can do homework here. See, I've got to get the, we don't have permission to update our own computers. But what you can see here is that we have the due dates over to the left. So your first homework the first week is the Chapter O. And I don't know whether this is going to work or not. I'll just pick a question. Okay, I can't do this because I'm not allowed to install anything on my school computer. So I've got to get the tech guys to put that in for me. But you go to your questions. What you'll notice is that you have a number of items that will help you on a homework assignment. Over to the left is what is called a mathematical symbol palette. It allows you to do fractions. You can also do mixed numbers. It will do ordered pairs. It has all kinds of things that you can use, special symbols that you need. Over to the right is a series of help buttons. One thing you can do is you can have the computer work out the problem for you, and if you do that, then you will get a different question, similar but different. Or you can have it work a similar question, in which case you'll return to your original question. You can go to a certain section of the textbook and read. You can also, in some cases, there are videos that will help you, and they give you links to that. And then there's also a link to my email. So if you've tried all the other help resources and you still don't understand the problem, you click on that. It takes you directly to an email. So you type your question on that particular question and submit it. And I will get an email that when I open the link, it will take me directly to the page you have the question on, and I can then answer your question. So any number of help buttons, only on the homework. The help buttons are not available on the quizzes. Quizzes and exams are basically the same way. And again, you can see the dates for the quizzes here. You are allowed to take each quiz, and I see I goofed one. You're allowed to take each quiz twice. So you have 2 chances. So my recommendation, if you take it once and you don't do well, you want to go back and study, get some help, make sure you're ready by the second time. Typically the questions will be different each time you go in because they do change the numbers on them. The questions may be similar, but the numbers and so forth will be different. So you can take each quiz up to 2 times until the due date. So this first quiz is due on the 9th of September. So by 11:59 on the 9th of September, you need to have completed that quiz. You could take it twice by then, or if you're happy with the 1 score, that's all you have to do. So, and like I said, all of the scores for these items that you take will show up in your book. I do have it set so it will update, your scores will update your study plan. If you've done poorly on a quiz, it'll tell you to go back and do certain things in order to prepare better for the quiz. Multimedia library, there are some videos and PowerPoints. And let me just do chapter 2. I'll just do all of chapter 2. Okay, so if you may want to look through these as you start the course. If anything is helpful to you, here's where you can get to the textbook, different sections. There are PowerPoints and also video lectures for each of the sections. So it's kind of another way to access those. So I do recommend that you kind of explore this site and find the different things so that you'll be able to do the homework. And again, the dashboard does give you a summary of that. So again, if you have any questions, let me know and I'll be glad to see if I can help you on that.